Diamondbacks baseball on Fox Sports Arizona, brought to you by APS, the official power partner of the Arizona Diamondbacks. And by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, ready when you are. Go to southwest.com. Grab your bag. It's on. Joe Torre, the skipper of the Dodgers, as he hopes his ball club can salvage a game in this 3-game series with the Arizona Diamondbacks this afternoon. And the lineup for the Dodgers: Matt Kemp leading off for the first time all year. Then to Hudson, Ethier Ramirez, Blake Loney, Martin, Castro playing short today for Furcal, and Randy Wolf, who's not a bad hitting pitcher at all, on the mound. And Yusmeiro Petit ready to go on the first pitch of the ball game. Will miss inside ball one. There are the numbers on Petit.
Last time out wasn't real good. The time before that and the time before that were really good. He was able to throw his changeup a lot early in the game to set that tone.
Kemp takes the ball inside. Last 3 starts 2-1, a 1.50 ERA for Petit, and 2.06 batting average against. First 9 starts a lot different, 0-5 and a 7.4 ERA. And there's a fly ball hit to pretty deep center field. There goes Paul. And he's going to have that's where the right fielder is. And here comes the throw into third base, and they will hold Kemp to a double. It was actually a good play out there by Olton to keep Kemp from getting to third base to start the game.
It's a great example of how you have to move. For all you youngsters out there, how you have to move as outfielders that are not in line to catch the ball. You can always be a backup outfielder. You can see this: Gerardo Parra goes back to the wall and he's unable to make the catch. He's not the one that fields it. It's Trent Olchen that fields it, and they're able to keep Kemp at second base as opposed to letting him get to third with nobody out here. Nice play by the youngster backing up there.
There's always a place to go on balls like that for everybody on the field, somewhere to back up or take a relay or whatever. And here's Hudson now showing bunt, and he takes the ball low. Kemp, by the way, in this series has batted 7th cleanup, and today he's leading off. That's some kind of hitter. You can do that with it, right?
That's right. Any interchangeable anywhere in the lineup. You're right, Greg. There's always somewhere to go. You may not be involved in the play, but you can back up somewhere in case something goes haywire.
There's a bunt. It's fouled by Hudson. 1-1. And that's stuff they work on during the spring, but also stuff that they'll work on during the baseball season. Diamondbacks are out here quite often working on fundamentals.
They do it twice a homestand. Home and taking infield and going over their bunt plays like they're going to be forced with right now.
Hudson now going to swing the bat, and he swings and misses.
Talk about being a backup outfielder. He's not anywhere in the picture right now until the ball hits off the wall, and then he comes in, bare hands the ball, and is able to keep Kemp at second base. He's able to read that ball off the wall a little easier than Gerardo Parra going straight back.
Hudson takes one that will just miss inside. Pretty good pitch there, but count 2-2. Now these young kids up from Reno, or in Parra's case, he came up early in the year from Mobile Double-A. They come up hungry, getting a chance to play. Now the 2-2 to Hudson, and a base hit. Kemp will round third, and Ball will hold him there as Roberts gets it back in, and the Dodgers off to a good start here, first and third with nobody out. That one just got over the head of the leaping Reynolds.
Low Dog didn't get the bunt down the first strike, and after that, Joe Torre gave him a chance to swing away. Matt Kemp's got his hold right there. He doesn't know whether Mark Reynolds is going to be able to snag that ball or not. He wasn't able to score on the base hit, but better safe than sorry with nobody out.
So the Dodgers runners on the corner, nobody out. Corners, Ethier the hitter. Petit would like to dial up a double play. Diamondbacks got 3 of those last night against the Dodger club that's hit into 106, and the guy at the plate's hit into 18 this year. Outside and high ball 1.
We talked about it last night. It's It's interesting that he would hit into so many double plays. Hitting from the left side, he runs well. Difficult to turn the 3-6-3 or the 3-6-1 double play.
He didn't hit a double play there. He has given the Dodgers a 3-0 lead, just like that. On his 24th of the year, Andre Ethier. Dodgers have really been struggling to get runs in. It didn't take them long here. Double, single, home run. 3 batters into the ball game. And a quick visit to the mound by Milt Stottlemyre to visit with Petit here.
Well, the changeup for Petit is a great pitch, a great weapon. Snyder wants the ball down and away, and that one just hangs middle of the strike zone and up. Andre Ethier knows what to do with that one. It's a great pitch for Yusmeiro Petit if, one, he's able to throw his fastball for strike, and second, if he can put it where he wants to put it. It's a great off-speed pitch. We've seen him in recent starts use it with great effectiveness. That one wasn't very effective.
And now Ramirez bats with 3 in and still nobody out. And a strike from Petit. Manny last night, that's the first time the Diamondbacks have really controlled him in his career in this ballpark. He went 1 for 5, had a base hit to left field. In his career in 8 games, he's hit .577 with 6 extra base hits. And he skies this one in the center. Fans get all excited, but that's a routine fly ball. McCarr makes the catch, and Ramirez is retired. 1 away. Let's take a look at the defense. Really didn't have a time to tell you about it with the 3 quick swings. Roberts, Parr, Olsen, left to right in the outfield. Third to first around the infield. Reynolds, Drew, Ryle playing second. Weitzel at first, and Snyder catching Petit. Roberts getting another start out there in left here today. He started the first game of this series. Here's Casey Blake.
Ryan Roberts' wife gave birth to their daughter. I asked him yesterday, how's your sleep schedule right now? He said it's been pretty good. She's a good sleeper. I take care of her in the morning.
There's a fly ball over Aaron Blanca's holds it, and he'll track this one down. Blake hit it hard but out, and that's 2 away.
Look at your first Little Hudson.
Little Hudson.
Hi, it's your first TV show.
More camera time than I do, and I was
Look at
trying to
that.
get at.
Big studly guy with tattoos all over his arms, and that little one will make him melt. Make no mistake about it.
Bored.
What if I stay on?
Wanted to go home and take a nap. Outside and high. Hudson, Hudsyn, I believe it is.
That's
Where
right.
I spelled it. And of course, Chad and Katie Tracy with Bryn Sarah, the arrival a couple of nights ago. The 1-0 pitch is outside here. 2-0 on James Loney. Loney got into the ball game last night in the 10th inning.
Quick work.
Yeah, he was not good luck for the Dodgers. He watched 2 home runs, or excuse me, he watched the Diamondbacks win it there after the Diamondbacks had tied it up in the 9th. 2-1 the count here. This guy's a solid player there, Loney, a good hitter, good RBI guy, and a good glove man.
Big kid. Not a lot of power. Doesn't hit with a lot of power, but hits for high average most of the time.
2-2 now. Yeah, look at his size. He's listed at 6'3", 220. Only 7 home runs, 21 doubles, 2 triples, 120 hits.
He's not a home run guy. He doesn't have a home run swing. He'll hit a lot of doubles, hit the ball the other way to the other gap effectively.
And just like that, he lines a base hit. Roberts comes in to get it. Loney will hold it first. So that's our 4th hit of the inning off of Petit.
Catcher number 55, Russell.
Well, we talked about his changeup and the fact that if he throws it effectively, it's down in the strike zone. He got ahead, got back to even 2-2 and came with a changeup here. It's just up in the strike zone. It's just a little bit too high. That ball that's down 6 inches right there is maybe a grounder to short or a grounder to second. That one ends up for a base hit.
Now Russell Martin, the hitter, their catcher. And that one fouled out of place, strike one. Martin's numbers are the ones that are a little complexing. 13 doubles, 3 home runs, 33 runs batted in. You go back over his brief career. 07, 19 homers, 87 driven in, 13 and 69 a year ago. But a lot of doubles. In his 3 years in the big leagues, has hit 282, 293, 280. Currently at 261.
We got a chance to see Brett Ausmus last night. He doesn't play very often. Russell Martin's in there just about every day.
It's popped up into right field. Should be easy for Olsen. He's got it. Dodgers do get 3 though. On the 3-run blast by Ethier. They'll leave a man. Diamondbacks look at Randy Wolf, bottom of the first, trailing. To you by Southwest. Drew Roberts, Parr, Reynolds, Ryle hitting 5th in the order. Then it's Olgen, Snyder, Weitzel batting 8th, and Petit on the hill. Parr, of course, with the game winner last night. And the guy to look at is Randy Wolf, the left-hander, has been really good on the road.
Yeah, he's got a sub-3 ERA on the road. He handles left-handers fine. The lefties are hitting 143 against him on the year. The righties in the Diamondback lineup today are going to have to do the damage. He's going to come after him. He's aggressive with his fastball, throws a lot of strikes.
So Randy Wolf ready to go here. Drew to lead the leadoff hitter, and the first pitch sails outside, ball 1. Drew Roberts and Parr here. Diamondbacks would like to answer back with at least a run. And it's outside 2-0. We did not mention the home plate umpire. It is Chris Guccione today. Call the balls and strikes. The rotation of the umpires goes from the plate to third base to second base to first. And then there's a high drive, deep center field. The Kemp's makes the catch in center field, and Drew is a long, hard out here to start the ball game for the Diamondbacks. This is not an easy center field to play.
No, with the overhangs, you just don't know. You see Kemp taking a look up at it. It must have just missed that overhang because he takes a look up there and says, wow.
Yeah. But if you look at the two that have patrolled center field more than anybody in a Diamondback uniform. Devon White was here for a year, and he was a good one. He played a shallow center field. There's a strike here to Roberts. But Steve Finley and Chris Young played it, and Young will be playing it again. Have played it very well.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's not an easy center field to play. There's different angles. You look out there, look at that overhang. That ball can hit anywhere on that overhang and bounce any direction. That's why it's so important. Any of you kids listen out there watching this. It's so important for the other outfielder to back up.
There's a base hit to left center, and Ramirez knocks it down. Roberts will hold it first as Manny gets it back in. And a base hit with one out. Our Power Chevy dealer's key to the game, Manny.
To clear or clean. That would be the definition in the dictionary for sweep.
I like that.
That's what the Diamondbacks are looking for today, and the Dodgers are trying to avoid it. The guys in blue have made a good first step in the top of the first inning, but a lot of ball game to play left.
And Parra bunts up the third base line. Not a bad idea, but foul. He got Blake back over there.
It's interesting that you fall behind by 3 runs in the first inning, and it's easy to say, oh, well, we won the first 2 out of 3. We won the series, and it's just not our day. But you have to chip away.
Yep.
Don't have to get all 3 back in this inning. If you have opportunity, you need to take advantage of it, and you never know.
Roberts will draw, throw, and get back in. Since July 4th, the Diamondbacks have done very well. They've gone 23-14. Parra, over that stretch, has hit .352. He hits this one into left field. Back goes Ramirez, and Randy gloves it. And that's out number 2 in the inning. Some pretty hard hit balls already here off Wolf. Manny Ramirez, Matt Kemp, Andre Ether in the outfield left to right. Blake Castro, Hudson Aloni, third to first around the infield, and Martin catching Wolf. I don't know who he's looking at or talking to, but he's happy today. Throw over and a quick tag applied by Aloni. Roberts just got back in.
Somebody in the Diamondbacks bullpen.
Yep. Reynolds hit his 37th last night. He's one behind Pujols. 81 runs batted in. Another throw over. I'm thinking he was talking to Merlin Vasquez. Who knows? He might have been talking to a fan in the stands. No, Manny being Manny.
He might have been talking to himself.
Well, that's true. Outside here to Reynolds. Marquette will look like a pretty good pitch last night against Broxton.
First pitch slider against a guy that throws the ball almost 100 miles an hour. And talked to Mark, and he said, not sure why I swung at it, but I recognized spin and figured I'd take a hack at it.
Take a look at it.
First pitch slider, not a bad pitch. Down, middle of the plate, but down. And he puts the head of the bat on it. That ball travels.
Yep. And then Montero followed with the tying home run. And the Diamondbacks 1-10. There's a swing and a foul tip throw back to first. Roberts gets back. Just give you an idea on Reynolds' home runs this year. 2 out home runs. He's hit 38. These are RBIs I'm talking about. 19, giving the Diamondbacks a lead. And game winners have been 7. A lot of big RBIs there. There's a foul back and out of play.
You see him gaining more and more confidence. His defense has been spectacular over the last month. Had a great road trip, of course, power road trip. But he's also taken his 2 out RBIs with the single as well.
So last night was the 4th time he's homered to straightaway center. He's hit 5 to right center and 4 to right field, 24 to left or left center. I mean, he spreads them out.
Yeah, it's a pretty good ratio. I mean, you know, generally the ball that you elevate is to your pull side. That's true with everybody.
High here, full count 3-2. Now Roberts will be off and running. Mark's hit 20 solo home runs. He's hit 14 2-run homers, and he's hit 3 3-run blasts. She's a Diamondbacks fan. That thumb tastes awful good with that blankie.
That's right.
Full count on Reynolds. Roberts leaves. Swing and a miss, strike him out. The inning's over. Diamondbacks get a hit, leave a man, and after one, Dodgers lead it 3-0.
Zone. Again, with Orlando Hudson, 2 high in the strike zone. That's a base hit. Again with Andre Ethier, hanging changeup, 2 high in the strike zone. That ball needs to be down. If those are down, it's a little easier to get a ground ball for a double play or to get the head of the bat off that baseball. The closer it gets to their eyes, the better they see it. And all hitters are taught to hit mistakes. And those are mistakes. They took advantage of it.
To the tune of 3 runs on a home run by Ethier in that first inning. 4 hits given up by Petit. And it's ball and a strike. And no manager likes to have to go get a pitcher early on in a ball game and use up a lot of the bullpen, especially with this long road trip coming up and a makeup game in Atlanta tomorrow.
Well, yeah, it would have been a different situation if tomorrow's an off day.
Right.
But they don't have that luxury going into tomorrow's game. Fly across the country and have to play again.
That's into right field. It's been a busy day at the start here for Trent Ozuna.
He's been running all over the place. He's been in center field.
It's already his 3rd putout. Remember, he grabbed that ball in center field that ricocheted back toward the infield on the double by Kemp. Got it back in. Here's Walt. As we mentioned, he's a good hitting pitcher.
You can't go to sleep on him. He'll make contact. He's got a good swing. He can drive the ball in the gap.
He would love a 1-2-3 inning here. That'll miss inside. Well, good news on Hiroki Kuroda. The Dodgers starter who was hit in the head last night by the line drive. He is at the ballpark. Was released from the hospital earlier today. They kept him awake last night for medical purposes. Joe Torre said when visiting Kuroda last night, number one, he was hungry, and he also asked if he could keep his normal bullpen session. And he is due to fly back with the ball club after the game. Grounded to second. Riley throws to first. Let's go to Mark McLuhan for some more on Hiroki Kuroda.
Yeah, before the game, he also added that he was amazed that we're not talking about an automatic DL situation. The DL is still a possibility. But you said Kuroda is at the park right now. He might even talk to the media after the game. Pretty amazed. And I think the guy who's most happy about that is Rusty Ryle, who sent over a note to him last night that said, "I'll say an extra prayer tonight for you and your family."
Yeah, it was a scary moment to say the least here at the yard last night. There's Rusty. 2 quick outs here for Petit, and here's Kemp. And a strike is called. Boy, there were some scary moments around baseball. David Wright got hit in the helmet by a pitcher, Matt Cain, yesterday. And Ian Kinsler was hit in the helmet last night for Texas. Of course, the batted ball by Ryle that struck Kuroda. I can't believe, and I'm sure you had the velocity to an extent back in the days, but before the days of batting helmets.
Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, they just wore their hat. Yeah, it's dangerous. I mean, we had some words from Fernando Valenzuela about hitters get the opportunity to wear a helmet and elbow pads and things like that. The pitcher's got nothing.
Yeah. There's a floater down the right field line, drifting toward foul territory and out of the reach. Olsen couldn't get over there.
Pitcher's mound at the rubber 60 feet 6 inches from home plate. But by the time they release the ball, they've taken a big stride. They're probably close to 50-ish feet from home plate, and that ball coming back at 120 miles an hour. There's just no time. No time to get out of the way. No time to finish your follow through and get that glove back up there to protect yourself oftentimes.
Ball 2 strikes on Kemp with 2 out here. And that one away from Snyder, but it was a ball 2-2. Last night's crowd here, 42,000 plus.
They stayed around too.
Yeah. Diamondbacks will go over 1.6 million here today. Yeah, they had a lot of fun. That was quite a comeback win last night. There's a pulled foul ball by Kemp. Very versatile player, Matt Kemp. Good, solid defensively. Hits for power, can run, good arm.
Yeah, we talk about it all the time, but it amazes everybody that sees him run. He's a big man, and he can just, it's effortless, if you will. He can just go get it in the outfield.
Big strides. They went. Runners down at first. Diamondbacks were heading off the field, I think, regardless, without the call, but they got it. And Petit's got a 1-2-3. Second, Dodgers on top here. By Triple Ops Brewed Miller Lite, great taste, less filling. 3-0 Dodgers. We go to the bottom of the second. And Rusty Ryle takes a strike call, 0-1. That was a nice job by A.J. Hinch to go out and take Ryle off the field into the dugout last night. After there's a tapper. Going to get it as Wolf and throws him out at first, one away, but let's take him off the field during the treatment of Kuroda on the mound and just try and calm him down a little bit.
Yeah, there's a situation in the game where you've got a run-scoring opportunity. You want to make sure that he is aware of the situation, what his job is, standing at second base with the next hitter coming up.
So one away as Ryle is retired, and that'll bring up Oljan. Trent's gone 13 for 36 coming up. Now he is officially on the board with everything. He had his first walk last night. He's also struck out a couple of times. That walk was an important one in the 10th inning. Set up the game-winning hit by Parra.
He's played well in all aspects.
Nine tight to him, 2-0. Remember in the first game he played, he hit his first home run, got 2 stolen bases, had an outfield assist. He got everything almost done in that first game.
It's good. Get it all out of the way. So you can slow the heart down a little bit, take a deep breath.
A little broken bat bleeder, but that's going to be caught by the shortstop Castro. And that is out number 2 here in the second inning. Every Sunday is Kids Sunday at Chase Field, and our next Kids Sunday, August 30th, when the first 5,000 kids receive a Brandon Webb baseball cap. Call 602-514-8400 or visit dbacks.com/Sunday for tickets. A Webby baseball cap. And Brandon, he's always got a smile on his face, it seems. We'll visit with the Diamondback general manager Josh Burns in the 5th inning. We'll get the latest on Webby and some of the other happenings with the Diamondbacks. Manny, there's been a problem for the Diamondbacks this year with left-handed starters. They're only 12 and 22.
Yeah, it's been difficult.
With a lot of right-handers up until this point of the season in the lineup.
Early on especially, the right-hander struggled. Chris Young comes to mind. Justin Upton early. First month of the season struggled as well. And then, recently you're kind of overloaded with left-handers in the Diamondbacks lineup, and this guy pitching right here handles lefties very well.
Strike to Snyder, 3-1. Weitzel next. Against the left-hander of the day, the Diamondbacks, just because of the way their position and hitters roster is made up, they have 4 left-handers hitting today against the southpaw. Another strike to Snyder, 3-2 now. Christen's coming back from the injury, has struggled offensively. He's gone 2 for 22, a home run, 5 walks in 8 games. Montero doing the bulk of the catching now, and he strikes out swinging, and Bruce got a very easy 1-2-3 second inning. After 2, it's 3-0 on an 8th-year Dodger home run. Our Wet and Wild text question for you today. Best city on the Diamondbacks' upcoming road trip. We got 2 on the East Coast, 1 in the Central Time Zone, and 1 in the Pacific. Atlanta, Philadelphia, Houston, San Francisco. 36929. Text A, B, C, or D. 36.
Well, you got to throw Atlanta out of there because it's only a day.
Right.
They're not even taking the bags off the plane for crying out loud.
Interesting way to pack for us.
So that one's out. Philly. Lots of historic things to see there.
Yep.
Houston. Well,
hot and muggy.
Hot and muggy. Good golf courses. That's about all I can say about that.
Hey, hopefully no tropic storms brewing in the Gulf.
That's right.
And San Francisco's pretty hard to beat, to be honest with you. As far as a city,
it's a good spot.
The Giants were beaten today, though. Murray's here tonight. Sporting the Diamondback cap. Hudson hits one foul. Join Fox Sports Arizona, the Diamondbacks, and the Muscular Dystrophy Association in the fight against ALS during the D-backs Rockies game September 4th. You can bid on great sports memorabilia or come to the Tempe Marketplace during the pregame and postgame for a silent auction. All proceeds benefiting Augie's quest in ALS research. Good cause. 2-2 here to Hudson. Inside, 3-2 now from Petit. Esmeralda, since the first 3 batters reached, the double by Kemp, the single by Hudson, the 3-run homer by Ethier has allowed only 1 other base runner. Loney a bloop hit to left field. So he settled in some, trying to get Hudson here to lead off this inning with Ethier and Ramirez to follow.
He struggled with the breaking ball location. Hadn't been able to throw it for strike.
Over the Diamondback dugout.
Talked about it with Dan Herron, the fact that he wasn't getting the ball where he wanted to get the ball to, especially to the left-handed hitter. We've seen that with Yusmeiro today as well. Elevating the ball in the strike zone. Fastball is not as good. Changeup is not as good.
Strike 3. Hudson's out of there. He thought he'd walk. Did a quick turn back at Guccione, but walks away.
And this is where he wants his fastballs and changeups. Down at the knees on the corner. And Petit's not going to light up the radar gun for sure, so he's got to be even more precise because there's more time for the Dodger hitters to make adjustments because he doesn't throw as hard as, say, a Dan Herron.
Ethier 3-run homer his first time up against Petit, and he'll take a strike here.
That's more like it. Down and away on the corner. A hanging changeup in the first inning. They're good to hit when they hang up there like that.
I bet it's a good feel.
It's just, you just see it. It almost, as a hitter, it almost looks like it stops when it's falling down and away from you. It looks good until you go to swing at it, and then it's out of the strike zone.
If you're going to jump on a pitcher, you usually like to jump on him early. And a lot of times the pitcher will start settling in. There's a line drive. That's another hit for Ethier. He's 2 for 2 in the ball game, and he's on ahead of Ramirez.
You can't do much about that. Yusmeiro threw the pitches he wanted to throw in the location he wanted to throw. He wants to throw the backdoor breaking ball, and it's a good pitch. That's just a question of good hitting by a young, good offensive player. We'll take those, though. Let them get their singles. You don't want to give up the 3-run homers.
Ramirez flied out to the outfield, his first at bat, center field. And he skies this one, foul. Right side, strike 1. You know, the Dodgers, since they were 9.5 games in front of second place San Francisco on June 3rd, they've gone 32-30 And heading into play today, their lead over the Rockies is only 4.5 games. It's their smallest division lead since May 13th.
Well, you didn't expect him to absolutely run away with the division either. So at some point, one of those teams in the division is going to get hot.
That's another strike to Ramirez, 0-2. Now the Rockies and the Giants have both lost today. Giants were beaten by a Daniel Murphy single in the 9th inning, 3-2 to the Mets, and the Rockies lost the first game of a doubleheader. D-backs roll and Dodgers drool.
That's fitting for a kid's Sunday, isn't it?
Yep. Ramirez strikes out swinging. And the fans love it. And that's out number 2. Third strikeout for Petit.
Good changeup. Down and in. Talked about it. It looks good until you go to swing at it. It's just not where you think it is. And man, he was fooled with that one.
You know, he is just beaten up on the Diamondbacks so bad since joining the Dodgers, and even a few times the Diamondbacks saw him with the Red Sox. It's interesting to see him human as a hitter.
Yeah, we haven't seen much.
No, and there's a strike to Casey Blake. But his club currently on top 3-0 over Petit and the Diamondbacks here in the third.
Now we talk about him being human. It's almost like he hasn't gotten a hit in this series, but he's 4 for 11.
Yeah,
it's not.
Well, he only had one hit last night, opening night. Every ball he hit was hard, including that line drive to the left field wall in the 8th inning that Olsen was able to haul in.
He's had 4 hits in the series. It's not the typical Manny Ramirez against the Diamondbacks anyway.
Right. 0-2 on Blake. Either at first, 2 down. Outside. We mentioned the Diamondback road trip coming up. The Dodgers are going to get tested. They've got home series with the Cardinals and Cubs coming up, and then they go to Colorado. So they've got 3 teams that they're going to be playing here with winning records. And how they fare out of that may determine what happens the rest of the way.
Oh, we talked about it before the game today, talking about the Diamondbacks and this road trip coming up being a great test. Same for the Dodgers.
And Diamondbacks are trying to get to 500. That'd be a great goal, and this road trip's going to go a long way toward whether or not they can.
Sure. Same for the Dodgers. They're going to go home and play a couple of teams that are good, that are playing well, and then they get the one that's chasing them.
Swing and a miss by Blake. Sunday baseball presented by Sanderson Ford. Now it's time to learn a little baseball. We're going back to basics.
Upstairs here at Futures Field, you know what it's time to do. It's time to learn. Welcome back. camps or call 1-800-821-7152.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
It's important to play good defense. Very important.
Who was instrumental in helping you develop your defensive?
Like one of my college coaches, Rod Sosby, at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, actually had me try to catch ground balls with a ping pong paddle.
Really?
It's impossible. But what did it teach me? It taught me to have soft hands.
Yeah.
So you have to soften everything up if you're going to try to do that.
Yeah. That's good. I like that. Check swing there by Weitzel 1 and 2, because basically when that ball's hit at you, you just kind of bring the paddle back and let it kind of ride into it.
Yeah, it's important because there's bad hops. The ball takes funny hops out there. It's hit hard at you sometimes. To be as soft as you possibly can be. I think it's very important. You know, we talk to high school coaches, college coaches all the time about the proper fundamentals of catching a ground ball. Well, you know what? When it's hit right at you, yeah, there's some fundamentals that you have to adhere to. But you'll see it. Watch the rest of the game today. There are situations during the course of a game where you just can't catch the ball with two hands. So if you're going to be forced to do that in a game, go ahead and practice it sometimes too. It's okay. It's okay to practice that way, because when you get out there between the white lines, you're going to be forced to do that on occasion, and you need to be ready for it.
You saw Juan Castro's glove there. It wasn't a very big glove. He's playing shortstop. Weitzel in the air into right field. Ethier is there. And he's got one away. Now, gloves are different. Outfielders' gloves are very large for the most part. Castro's glove, not very big. Remember the glove Joe Morgan used? Very small. It was almost as big as his hand.
It was, for Joe, it was all about, and for a lot of middle infielders, it's all about the transfer of that double play ball. So if the glove gets too big, sometimes it can get lost in that glove and you're unable to turn too.
Yeah.
So for middle infielders, they want a smaller glove because they can feel the ball go into it and get it out quickly to transfer to try to get that double play.
Petit the hitter, 0-1. 3-0 Dodgers lead.
Kids Day. I love Kids Day.
I love Coldstone Day too.
So do I.
Thanks, kids.
That is awesome. What kind is this? That's birthday cake? Holy mackerel, I'm going to have some of that.
Don't you love kids you love to talk to?
Thank you very much. That is so cool. Where are you guys headed now?
Look at that supply of ice cream.
Cold Stone Creamery.
Look at that. Can you lift all that by yourself?
Here, I'll help you. Look at that.
Look at that ice cream after this next pitch here to you tomorrow.
That's a bunch of ice cream. Are you guys going to eat all this? Come on. Did you already have some? Oh.
Now I can't.
Here you go.
Hold on.
Are you going to carry this all by? There's no way you're carrying that all by yourself. Nice going, pal. Way to go.
Oh, my. That's a lot of ice cream.
I love ice cream.
2 quick outs here for Randy Wolf, who's bracing. He's only allowed 1 hit. Well, that's half of it cold. The other side, the other word says stone. Pretty good.
Very good. Birthday cake ice cream. We're not talking just vanilla and chocolate and strawberry anymore, folks. Birthday cake. Mint chocolate chip. Cookie dough.
I grabbed a chocolate. There's a limit on glove size, right? Length?
Yeah, there is a limit on glove size. You can, with the exception of the first baseman.
Right.
Yeah, everybody else has to adhere to the rules. You know what? It's never checked, though.
Look at Manny's glove out there. There's a ground ball chopped towards short, cut out by third baseman Blake, and on to Loney, and that will end the inning. The Diamondbacks have gone down to a tune of 8 in a row, set down by Wolf, who's breezing. 3-0 Dodgers on the 8th-year home run. For our Aflac trivia question, name the 2 active managers to win a World Series as a player and a manager. Won a World Series as a player and a manager. I think that's a clue. Looking at Joe Torre.
That would be one guess.
I don't know if that's right.
You have to guess it though, don't you?
Yeah, but it's not right. See,
man. It's okay. I'll just go back to the birthday cake, guys.
It was too easy.
I think I know one of them.
This is Loney leading off. Strike. How about Lou?
Sweet Lou Pinella. I think the other one will be a difficult one for a lot of people. Difficult to think of. I'll give you a clue.
Go for it.
Catcher.
And there are several around that are managed. Mike Scioscia.
Not yet. Oh, Mike Scioscia's the. Yeah, nice going. I have to let you know, folks, that he is unlike Darren Sutton. He didn't get on the computer. He didn't start typing as soon as the question was asked. He actually put some thought into it.
Now, you talked about catching one-handed. Watch Drew set himself defensively on this play, and the ball hit by Loney.
He sets himself because the ball's in front of him, and he can catch the ball out in front of him. That's the key. See his head? He watched it all the way into his glove, and was able to make the play. The key for any player, any infielder especially, is to make the routine play. The routine play needs to be made all the time. The great plays will happen. The dives and the running plays that you throw across your body, those type of things. But the routine play is what keeps you in the lineup first and foremost and helps your team win.
Yep.
We talk about it all the time. Well, we can't give that opposing team extra outs. No, you do that by making the routine play.
Dodgers have played 7 consecutive games without making an error. As Russell Martin swings and misses. Hey, throw an unforgettable birthday party at Chase Field. Party at Peter Piper Playhouse. Put a special birthday message on the scoreboard, much more. Packages start at just $15 per person. For information, visit dbacks.com/birthday. Or the number there on your screen. There's a line drive right field. Good hitting by Martin. Hogan will get it back in. And that for the Dodgers is their 6th hit. But Petit, after the double, single, and home run, has really settled in.
Now you start to bring the ball down in the strike zone a little bit. Good hitting by Martin right there. Not a bad pitch. He just stayed on it and took his single to right.
Now Castro, the hitter. He could do a few things here. Torrey could. Martin's got pretty good speed at first. Castro handles the bat well. And there's a strike call. Martin could just straight steal. They could go hit and run. Martin this year has stolen 9, been caught 6 times. Castro's a good utility player.
He is. Plays all over the place. Handles the bat well.
Good defender.
Randy Wolf standing on deck too. Who is when he pitches, he's another weapon in your lineup. He swings the bat.
Fly ball right field. Olsen going over though. Makes the catch in foul ground. That's another put out. He's got 4 of them already.
He's a busy young man today.
Well, he's been trying to make up for lost time. See, it's already tomorrow, right, in Australia?
That's right.
16 or 17-hour difference, I believe, in Sydney. Here in Phoenix.
It was great. We saw.
So how do they get the news about him? It's a day later.
It's a day later. Yeah. We saw that. I think it was his mom and his sister made the trip during this homestand to come see him play. It was exciting for him. I talked to Rusty Ryle 2 days ago, and his family is here to watch him play. Both of them are very excited about it. You know, this is their dream since the time they were 5 or 6 years old. And they're finally getting a chance to realize it, and their family's here to support them. Nice to see. There's Rusty's family right there. Full support. He got him tickets at the pool today. Just kidding, Rusty. I told you the story about Rusty Ryan, right?
Which one?
It was my first day as manager of the Mobile Bay Bears, AA.
Yeah.
He was on second base, hit a double. Next guy up hits a single, and I sent Rusty Ryle and got him thrown out by 15 feet. And he took the catcher out, and the catcher didn't play the rest of the game.
I remember you telling. Yeah, I do remember that.
Said it brought back his old football days. I apologize to him. He said, I don't want to get you hurt. Sorry. I was a little excited my first day.
1-2 on Wolf. And a drive right field. That's good. That's nothing new for Randy Wolf. He's done that in his career before. He just golfed that one, and it's shot out of here in a hurry. And for Randy Wolf, that's his 5th career home run. He hit 3 back in 04 with the Phillies.
I picked on a breaking ball. Middle of the plate, and he got the head of the bat on it and drove it out of here.
So the long ball has hurt Petit here today. 3-run homer, now 2-run homer. And this one really stings because it was the opposing pitcher. And now to the top of the order, Matt Kemp.
And you look at the opposing pitcher, they're supposed to be, you know, almost automatic outs.
For the Dodgers, that's their 2nd home run by a pitcher. Billingsley had one. Wolf now with 8 runs batted in on the year. So Petit now and the Diamondbacks down by 5. And there's a foul out of play. You know, you were mentioning Ryle. He is a big second baseman, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's got some good size on him out
Yeah,
there.
yeah, he's taller.
Yeah.
You know, during spring training he played a lot of third base.
But in watching him play here, I mean, watching him in the spring, he looks like he's pretty agile.
He is, yeah, he's a good athlete. Talked about very good football player. Plays all over. You know, he's learning to play every position in the infield.
Drew's going to have trouble going through a switch in time to get the speedy Kemp infield single. And Drew did everything he possibly could there to even make that play close.
Yeah, once that chopping ball gets by Mark Reynolds right there, it's going to be a very difficult play for any shortstop to make.
So the inning continues, and Hudson will be the hitter.
Be careful here with Kemp.
Coming into this ball game, over their last 10 games, the Dodgers had gone 3-7. They'd scored only 33 runs, or 3.3 per game. They busted up for 5 here. Throw over. Runner gets back.
That was a great shot of Randy Wolf. Did you see that? I can just imagine when somebody asked him, how many home runs have you hit in your career? And he's going, counting 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, 1, 5 maybe?
There's 5.
He knows exactly how many home runs he's hit.
Hudson down the line and right. That one's gone. Well, they're playing long ball on Petit here. Hudson hits his 8th of the year to make it 7-0. That's 3 homers in the game, 2 in the inning. The Dodgers bats are alive and well in game 3 of this series.
Yeah, when you're throwing your off-speed pitches and putting them where you want to, it's good. But it's not where he wanted it. Again, it's up in the strike zone. The changeup and the breaking ball especially, players offensive players are taught to hit hanging breaking balls. When the breaking ball's good and it's down and moving down off the corner, nobody hits it. You be Manny Ramirez or Albert Pujols, they don't hit those. What they hit are the mistakes, the hanging breaking ball, the hanging changeup. The Dodgers have done that today.
Well, there's no doubt they've got to be feeling some frustration with the first 2 games of this series. Aaron shutting them down in the opener. And then last night blowing a lead, giving the Diamondbacks a win when their closer couldn't get it done, and getting beat in extra innings.
Well, you can, yeah, you can take the Heron loss.
Right.
Last night's tough to swallow. Veteran club, though. You know, guys that have been around a while realize that, all right, our closer who's been really, really good all year, and he gave it up last night and we lost the game, but that doesn't mean anything in regard to tomorrow's game. So they were prepared to play. They came out and day game after a night game with all that happened last night. They came out for batting practice today. They took batting practice on the field and got out and got loose. They're prepared.
See Ethier's day thus far. 3-run homer single. This one's fouled out of play. And it's 0-2. Randy Wolf thinking, well, I'm pitching pretty well, and I know my bat's working today. I've got 7 runs to work with here.
Imagine what's going through his mind right now. 7-0. Thinking to himself, I can't let up. Just because we've got a big lead, I've still got to go out there. A lot of game left.
Ethier allowed and this inning mercifully comes to an end. 2 2-run homers. One by the pitcher Wolf, one by Hudson. They get 4 more, and it's 7-0 Dodgers here going to the bottom of the 4th. And that Rangers win over the Red Sox vaults the Rangers into the lead in the wild card in the American League. How about that? Nobody's really been talking about Texas. Team that normally wilts about this time of the year, but they won today. It was 66-50. Boston 66-51. Ryan Roberts leading it off here.
They were talking a little bit about them early on. They got off to a good start and led the American League West for a while and had a couple of injuries. Kinsler,
yep,
one on the DL.
You know who won for him today?
Hamilton.
Dustin Nippert, 4-1.
Really?
Yeah, former Diamondback. Kinsler hit his 25th. 0-2 to Roberts, down to third. Nice play by Miller. On to first. One away. Time now for the Duck. All right, a little late, but better late than never. Aflac trivia question. I already gave you the answers. Name the 2 active managers to win both the World Series as a player and a manager. Mike Socia, Lou Piniella. A lot of catchers, former catchers, managing in the big leagues.
They see the game with a different perspective. Everybody else kind of looks in to the catcher and the hitter and the umpire. They look out. They see the field in a different perspective than anyone else. And it's almost like being a manager squatting down back there.
2 guys here today. A.J. Hinch for the Diamondbacks and Joe Torre. Torre, originally with the Milwaukee Braves with his brother Frank Torre. Aaron Matthews. He was a big guy, too. He's lost a lot of weight over the years, but he then moved to third base, first base, where he pretty much ended his career, but he started his career as a catcher. Torre won a batting title, by the way, for the St. Louis Cardinals. And he never had speed, even when he lost a lot of weight. He had 230 hits one year.
As a catcher?
No, as a third baseman for the Cardinals.
Yeah, that's
a lot of hits.
Yeah.
If a Diamondback home run hits the Gila River Casino's hit and win sign in the 4th inning, one lucky fan watching on Fox Sports Arizona will win today's jackpot, $620,000. And our contestant, good luck to you, Elizabeth Stutler. Parra swings and misses, and Wolf's got his 4th strikeout, 2 outs here. He is on a roll. He's only allowed one base runner, second man of the game, Roberts.
Okay, Elizabeth. We saw Mark Reynolds hit one over the fence last night. He's got a whole boatload of them this year, so might as well. All right, Mark, here we go.
Ken and Arosa down by Wolf.
I'm going to get this done for Elizabeth.
Yeah, it'd be a nice little pot of change to win. 1-2. Wolf's one of those guys, if you're in the stands watching him pitch, you think, give me a bat, let me go up there. Not that easy.
Or crossfire. Steps kind of to the first base dugout a little bit and crossfires across his body. Not a very big guy, and that ball runs in there at 90 or 91 miles an hour. It's a little deceptive. Slow breaking ball off of that, and a changeup as well.
And Reynolds down swinging. 3 consecutive 1-2-3 innings for Randy Wolf, and he has set down 11 in a row with 5 strikeouts. 7-0 Dodgers. Leo Rosales on the pitch for the Diamondbacks after Petit gives the Diamondbacks 4 today. He's repped up for 7 runs, 3 home runs, 3-run shot, a couple of 2-run homers, and Rosales is on for his appearance here, and he'll go up against Ramirez, Blake, and Loney in the Dodger 5th inning. Well, we're joined in the booth by Diamondback General Manager Josh Burns. Josh, good to see you. It's not going well today, but it's been a fun series to watch so far. That was a great game last night, a great win.
That was one of our best, with a near full house and a great game and some heroics against one of the best relievers in baseball. And we have played well recently, and unfortunately today we've dug ourselves a pretty big hole.
Ramirez will lead it off first. He is 0 for 2 in the ball game, and Rosales' first pitch, ball 1-0. Well, there's been a lot of news involving the ball club, and I guess we can start with the rehab assignments right now. Connor Jackson is out rehabbing. Eric Burns has just gone out, and Chris Young, of course, going to the minor leagues with Reno. But let's start with Connor first and Burnsy, and of course Burnsy just going to play his first game today.
He'll get in there tonight in Reno, and Connor Jackson, we gave him a day or two off. He's a little fatigued, probably not totally unexpected. We sent him to the Cal League in Visalia. Give him a chance to DH and sort of monitor his energy level as he got back into playing. So a little bit tired, but he'll push through it. And I think Chris Young's off to a nice start on option. I was actually communicating with Dave Hansen this morning, who's our roving hitting coordinator. He said they feel like they've found a few things that he can work on, and his attitude's been great.
Are you limited? Excuse me. Are you limited, Josh, on the number of games that Connor can play on a rehab assignment?
Yeah, with position player it's 20. You can ask for a recertification if the injury lingers. Obviously, this is a very unique circumstance, so we'll see where he is. Hopefully, 20 is all we need. But to get him up to AAA, to get him used to playing every day, to get him used to defense, it's going to be a little bit of a progression.
You talk about Chris Young. What do you expect from the rehab assignment, getting back into form? What do you expect from him?
Well, it's probably a couple of things. One, mentally taking the break from it. He took it personally. I doubt he was sleeping that well. This hasn't been a fun season for him, so getting away from it and enjoying coming to the park a little bit more. And then two is finding a swing that allows for a little more consistency. I think it was there in June. The most drastic thing that was done was dropping his hands. He sort of got away from that. But Jack Howell has given them some keys to look at with Brett Butler and Rick Burleson and Dave Hansen in there now. And I even looked at some video from last night. So it's probably in between the struggling CY and the June CY. But again, I think there are a few things they're going to try to key on to keep that bat in the zone a little bit longer.
We looked at this Diamondback outfield last night and made note of it during the telecast that there's energy out there, and there's a lot of it. You must be pleased with the way these guys have been called to the big leagues and performed thus far.
I think it's great. Appreciating a day in the big leagues. Maybe as the years go by, guys appreciate it less. But when you talk about guys like Trent Holchin and Rusty Ryle and Alex Romero and Gerardo Parra and Ryan Roberts and then Miguel Montero playing more, there has been a lot of energy from that group. So it's what we needed. Energy, confidence wins. That's what we all want to see. And for a while there, it wasn't happening. So these guys have helped supply some of that energy.
2 outs in the inning, nobody on. Rosales trying to set the side in order. James Loney at the plate, 1-2 is the count.
And I think some of the young pitchers, they get overlooked, but guys like Juan Gutierrez, Merling Vasquez, Blaine Boyer, Leo Rosales, those guys have started to hit their stride, and we have a lot of guys here who are hungry and want to be here for a while.
Yeah, it looks like they're, especially Gutierrez and Vasquez, look like they've become comfortable. They know their role. They know that they're going to get in a game. Both previously starters. Takes a little while, I guess, to get used to being a reliever.
No question. And you know the Vasquez story as well as anyone. And he went through a lot from 07 to 08 and feels great physically. Feels like he's finally getting his arm slot back, throwing strikes, and now having some confidence. I think that game the other day against the Mets where A.J. let him finish the game, deal with a leadoff walk. Those are the confidence builders. He knew he could finish a game, a 4-run lead against a pretty good team, and he's pitched great the last few weeks.
There's a ground ball pulled to first. Ensel's got it. A step on the bag. We will keep Josh for another half inning. That was a quick top of the fifth. Just what the doctor ordered for Rosales and the Diamondbacks. But the Dodgers comfortably on top 7-0 here.
And obviously he just got here, and I knew, it bothers everybody in the park, but certainly he feels responsible. And so I just went out and told him to say a prayer for him, take a deep breath. It is part of the game. It's an awful, awful part of the game. But just to come over to the bench, I said, this is going to be a while, so why don't you come over with your team and sit down for a couple minutes.
That was A.J. Hinch last night, talking, of course, about Rusty Ryle, whose line drive struck Hiroki Kuroda. The good news on Kuroda, he was hospitalized overnight. They kept him awake and alert. He's at the ballpark and will fly back with the ball club to Los Angeles. Randy Wolf throws the ball 1-1. Wolf has retired 11 in a row. Josh Burns, Diamondback general manager, joins us. And a scary moment here last night, Josh, to say the least, but incredible news on Kuroda.
It was. That's about as bad as I've seen when you think of how far that ball went after it hit him. And fortunately, it turned out pretty well. I was actually communicating with Ned Colletti, the Dodgers general manager, late last night, and he seemed relieved that the initial read was favorable, and that we were talking about whether he'd be in the hospital for a long time, but obviously he got out today, so that's great news for him.
Well, if you missed it, this was it last night. And just the sound alone is scary.
Yeah, that's scary. There's no time. We talk about it all the time, that balls fly by the pitcher, hit back up the middle. There's no time for them to react. Oftentimes they throw the glove up there and the ball's already past them when they're on its way to center field.
There's Trent Olson at the plate, and the pitch is outside ball one. Josh, it's been a while since we've talked to you. Brandon Webb has had the procedure done. 5 days after the World Series is when the ball club will need to make a decision on what they do with Brandon. He's not going to pitch before then. What will be the deciding factor on what to do with Brandon Webb?
Well, he'll probably be able to throw a little bit, but not off a mound, and obviously not in game competition. But so far, so good. His range of motion's good. He's pain-free. They deem the surgery a success. So it's not unlike when you're in the offseason signing players at an inactive time or coming off an injury. You have to make a decision. And, with Webby, with what he's done here, I think if it's close, he'll probably get the benefit of the doubt. He's earned that. And as I said, the initial prognosis is favorable. So hopefully he's healthy and pitching for us next year.
That would be good news, wouldn't it? I mean, we've got 4 innings out of Brandon all season long, and if you want to look at some of the things that haven't gone the Diamondbacks' way, that would be one of them right there. As Wolf chucks up another strikeout, 4 in a row, and he's got 7 in the game. 2 quick outs here in the inning.
The amateurs that you guys selected, just about everybody's done there, right?
Yeah, we're still working on one, but we're happy. We got them signed. A couple took us until the last few days with Bobby Bortring and Chris Owings. So they're in Missoula now. They'll get some games under their belt. But the guys who signed have gone out and done a nice job in their first summer, and we're excited. You know, that's a lot to have 8 of the first 96 picks. In addition, we were pretty aggressive signing Patrick Schuster in the 13th round. In addition, some of our other picks who were deeper down have gone out and made a great first impression. So we feel like the 2009 draft class is going to put a lot of talent in this organization.
It's great. You have to replenish. You know, a lot of the guys that were not long ago draft class are standing out here in the big league diamond, so it's important to replenish.
There's no doubt. You know, we still have the youngest position players in the league, and obviously our guys are having success here. 1, they get a little bit older. 2, they get a little bit more expensive. So we got to have waves coming behind them so we can manage a roster, manage a payroll year by year.
Josh, we saw AJ talking about taking a Rusty over to the dugout last night. His communication with the players and his leadership has really been plentiful here and has really shown up.
It's been good. Obviously today we're not communicating much, but we're starting to play better and have a better feeling down there.
Well, that is 5 consecutive strikeouts for Randy Wolf, who was sent down 14 in a row. Josh, thanks for stopping by. We appreciate it. Okay. Josh Burns with it. 7-0 Dodgers on top here after 5. AT&T, the nation's fastest 3G network. AT&T, your world delivered. Well, there were a lot of smiles early on, but not too many going on right now for the Diamondbacks. They're down 7-0. Randy Wolf has retired 14 in a row, and he struck out 5 in a row as the Dodgers bat here in the 6th. He's in total command right now. And Leo Rosales had a 1-2-3 5th inning. There's a line caught by Drew, and one out here. That ball was scalded, wasn't it?
Picked on a changeup. Stephen Drew, get up, kid, get up.
He's been good defensively at short.
He's been good all around. Just a solid player. We talk about making the routine play. His form is good. His range is good. He's got a good feel on when he needs to let it go. And when he can ease it over to first base, he's turning it into a quality big leaguer.
Juan Castro, the hitter. He is twice fly to the right fielder. And he pops this one up, foul back and out of play. Join Fox Sports Arizona on Facebook and Twitter and be a part of our discussions. Plus, get the latest info on all the teams. Follow us at www.twitter.com/FoxSportsAZ. And also check us out at www.facebook.com/FoxSportsArizona. Foul back. And 1-2 now on Castro with Wolf. The pitchers hit a 2-run homer in the on-deck circle.
Do you tweet, Governor?
No.
Come on.
Nope.
You have Facebook?
Yeah. But I was on it early on, but
you
haven't done a whole lot lately. How about you?
I'm gonna check out your Facebook.
There's nothing on it.
Now, what is the picture? We saw pictures last night.
Nancy and myself.
We saw pictures last night of you.
Over in Maui, in fact, is what the picture.
Really? Yeah. Check it out, folks.
Oh yeah.
Facebook for the governor. I think you got to put one of those pictures we showed last night on.
Yeah, that'd scare everybody off real quick. There's a foul back. I got a call from my mom last night, and she could not remember the long hair and the beard. She thought the pictures had been doctored up.
Oh no, that was real. Those were authentic.
I tried to convince her.
She wasn't buying it, huh? She wasn't buying that.
She was not buying that. She says, "I do not remember you looking like that." And I said, "Well, probably better that you didn't."
I like it, Governor.
Oh yeah, that's a great look. There's a foul again by Castro.
Hey, the uniform doesn't make the man. You know.
That's true. Look at that one go.
It's a good look.
A little gray in there.
That takes some work. I'm not buying that that's natural.
Okay, I probably agree with you.
No, I'm thinking that that's
doctored.
That's doctored.
Castro takes it high.
A guy like that shouldn't be sitting in the chair at the beauty salon getting that dyed either. You know, that's just not cool.
True.
You just don't do that.
You got it made.
I have it made, yeah. Are you buying that that's all natural right there? I don't know.
Across. 2 down in the inning. 5 up, 5 down for Rosales, and here's Wolf, the pitcher. Hit his 5th career home run in the 4th inning. 2-run shot. At the time, the game was 3-0. A couple of batters later, Hudson hit a 2-run homer. So all the Dodger runs today, courtesy of the long ball. 3-run homer, 1st inning either. 2-run homers by Wolf and Hudson in the 4th. All off Petit. Tough day for Yusmero. Ground ball sharply and by Ryle. And on into right field. And Wolf will reach. Rusty looked down like he thought he should have had that ball. We'll take a look and see what happened.
Ball's hit hard and he's moving to his right. And it's an example right there. If we can see that again, if we can slow that down, here's the example. The example that we talked about, catching the ball out in front of you. Granted, that ball is hit really hard. But if at all possible, the reason that Rusty missed this ball is because the ball got too deep. You lose sight of it right about there if you don't catch it out in front. Professional, amateur, 10 years old or 25 years old in the big leagues. It's the same fundamental. Now, he's moving to his right, trying to get in front of it. The ball's hit at probably, 100 miles an hour. So it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination, but he'll look at the tape of that after the game and say, oh, that's why. And he'll learn from that and try to make the adjustment on the next one that gets hit to him like that.
Ground ball down to third by Kemp. Reynolds on the first for the out. That's it. 1 hit in the inning, 1 left. Bottom of the 6th, all Dodgers 7-0. Only 1 Diamondback base run. Schilling on this date 7 years ago. August 16th, beats the Cubs at Wrigley and picks up win number 20 with a month and a half to go in the season, mind you. Now this year, at this point of the season, the top winner of the big leagues, one in the American League, one in the National, Beckett and Wainwright. It's quite a difference. Of course, Schilling and Johnson each won 25.
Yeah, that's getting it done.
Yeah. Big Kurt.
Well, he had it rolling, didn't he?
Oh. Yeah, that was some kind of fun.
Yeah,
back when Johnson
fun to play behind him.
Yeah, I bet.
I mean, it puts you to sleep defensively, especially in the infield, because there wasn't a whole lot of contact being made.
And no long losing streaks.
No,
because you had those guys, if they weren't following one another, they were very close in the order in the rotation. And the competitive nature of Johnson and Schilling. Yeah. If one pitched well, the other one wanted to pitch better the next time.
It went beyond pitching, too.
Oh.
A friendly rivalry on the golf course, on the road. And it was evident. They'd come in the clubhouse on the road, and you knew who won and who lost, because the guy that won that day was talking up a storm. The other guy was steaming.
Nice little foul. This one back. Diamondbacks have one base runner in this game. Second batter of the game, Ryan Roberts, a single to left field. Since then, Randy Wolf has retired 14 in a row and has struck out 5 consecutive hitters. Parr, Reynolds, Ryle, Olson, and Snyder. And he's 2-2 here on Weitzel leading off with Tracy in the on-deck circle. 2 bad next for the pitcher, Leo Rosales, with a 2-2. And a swing and a foul. Let's send it to Mark McClune.
Yeah, standing by with Amari Stoudemire. It's first of all great to see you back in a uniform, a baseball uniform, big Diamondback fan. First of all, how's the eye?
It's doing great, man. The eye couldn't be doing any better. I think with the procedures I went through this past summer, really got my eye strong, got myself mentally strong. I feel great.
Will you be wearing goggles next season?
Absolutely, absolutely.
What are your goals for the upcoming season?
Well, my goal is to come back, and definitely, try to help lead us to, to playoff caliber, and also if we go further than that, then that'd be great. But, for us, it's just to still, maintain our, what the fans have believed in us for so long. We're trying to make sure that's still relevant and make the playoffs and then go further than that.
How much of a challenge is it to stay relevant with Shaq going to Cleveland and all the buzz? It doesn't seem to be in Phoenix right now for the NBA. Actually, do you like that?
It's all good, man. It was like that, years ago. We played well without Big Fella, even though Big Fella was a great teammate when he was here. But we played well without him, and all we got to do now is to stay focused and really continue to grow as a team and keep the camaraderie good, and we'll be all right.
Can I still call you Stat, or is there a new nickname that we need to know about?
Yeah, Stat died, man, back with the eye surgery. Reincarnated as Sun Tzu.
What does that mean?
Well, Sun Tzu is an ancient Chinese warrior who believes he can defeat battles.
We got a foul ball coming our way.
Ball coming our way.
Hold on 1 second. Looks like Russell Martin's going to catch it for us.
We almost had to see your baseball skills there.
Yeah, nice. But yeah, Sun Tzu is the guy who defeats battle by really becoming his opponent and really perfecting his opponent and then using that against him.
Did Sun Tzu wear protective eyewear at all?
No, he didn't, but I will.
Right. And baseball-wise, growing up, did you ever play any baseball? What kind of player were you?
I played a little baseball. I played first baseman. I was never a home run hitter. Strictly line drives every time I went up the bat. But I played 1 year of baseball.
Well, we look forward to seeing you back in a Suns uniform soon. Enjoy the day with your family. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back to the booth.
Wow, at 6'10", 6'11", hitting line drives.
Yeah. good target over at first base, too.
Yeah.
Don't worry about throwing that ball high, that's for sure.
16 in a row sent down by Randy Wolf, and there's a high towering fly ball to right. Off the bat is Stephen Gill, and Anthony's going to catch this one. The Diamondbacks, for the 5th consecutive inning, are down 1, 2, 3. 7-0 Dodgers.
Arizona's Good Sport of the Week. The Good Sport of the Week this week is David Haddad, owner of Fumar Cigars. David headed up an effort to provide golf balls and equipment for soldiers in Iraq and Afghanistan. Already 150,000 balls and over 200 sets of clubs have been donated and shipped to troops overseas. He's also helping build a school in Afghanistan. Now, if you have a Good Sport of the Week story, email it to us at foxsportsarizona@foxsports.net. Guys?
Thanks, Mark. It's been all Dodgers here today. 3 home runs, 3-run shot. First inning either. Wolf, the pitcher. Hudson with a Blue Man Group is here. Huh? But Wolf and Hudson, 2-run homers in the 4-run 4th inning. And here into the 7th, Daniel Schlereth comes on. The story has been Randy Wolf, not only with a long ball, but he has also set down 17 in a row with 8 strikeouts here. Only one base runner.
We talked about it. You know, you jump out to a big lead and you're rolling through the opposing lineup. It's easy to get complacent, but Randy Wolf's a veteran. He's been around a time or two, and he's kept focused, getting his offense back out there and ready to hit very quickly.
So Schlereth against Hudson, who bats on the right side. Orlando has a single and a run scored, strikeout, and a 2-run homer. The home run was his 8th of the year. Here's a ground foul. The Rockies are underway in their second game. They lost their first ball game at Florida. They played a doubleheader due to a rainout. And they lost 10-3. And they are currently up 3-0 in game 2. Swing and a miss by Hudson. And Colorado started the day 4.5 behind the Dodgers. Hudson a check swing.
It's a good slider.
Schlereth was the Diamondbacks' first pick a year ago out of the University of Arizona. Was up briefly with the club earlier this season, then back to Mobile. Spent some time on the disabled list and recently back up. And that one, as Bob Uecker would say, just a bit outside the movie Major League.
We talked about the upcoming road trip and the test that it's going to be for the Arizona Diamondbacks and in their quest to get back to 500 first and foremost.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough
good
one.
Test, yeah.
In fact, the pitchers are facing the first 4 or 5 games. Pretty interesting. And Hudson's rung up. 1 down. Let's see what's brewing with Miller Lite, the road trip. Phillies, Astros, Giants, those are all 3-game series. Of course, tomorrow the makeup at 1:05 with Atlanta. But the pitchers in the first 4 games of the road trip, the Diamondbacks will face Tommy Hanson, the young rookie who's been pitching very well for the Braves. He's 7-2. They will get Pedro Martinez in his second start with the Phillies. First game of the series with the Phils. Then they'll get Cliff Lee, the American League Cy Young Award winner, who's come over to Philadelphia and gone 3-0 with a 1.13 ERA. And Joe Bland, a right-handed pitcher, a 7-game winner. Diamondbacks will go Scherzer in Atlanta, Garland, Herron, and Davis in Philadelphia. Then on to Houston. And I'm sure Oswald will throw against him. He usually always does.
Always does, yeah. Always a difficult challenge anytime he takes the hill.
Yep.
Well, you know, it's going to be a good test, and I would imagine that anybody that's wanting to know inside as Ethier hits a ground ball in the 3-4 hole. That's what we call it. Teaching kids on a Sunday, 3-4 hole is the hole between first and second base.
That's Ethier's third hit. Well, San Francisco's pulling way ahead of everybody. Is that the city you vote for?
I would. I'd have to.
I'd pretty much have to go that way.
Good restaurants. It's a good summer town because, especially coming from here, it's hot outside. You can go there.
I brought a jacket. I brought a jacket with me on the trip. You never know in San Francisco.
Well, I think that because this is such a crucial road trip upcoming, that the fans deserve maybe a little bit more insight than they've been getting. So I think it's important. We talked about Greg's Facebook. Tom Candiotti's got a Facebook. Mark Grace has a Facebook page. So does
Mine's
Darren
been lighting
Sutton.
up since you mentioned it.
I think that if you guys that are listening that want to communicate and get the inside scoop on the game that day or the upcoming game the next day, want to get on and ask them to accept you as a friend.
You got me, Matty?
Sorry, I don't.
Well, we got to get you one.
I'm sure they'll accept and answer the questions that you may have over the course of this upcoming road trip.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of insight, behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Be good.
Yeah. About the only good of this one so far for the Diamondbacks today is Manny Ramirez is 0 for 4.
He is human.
And that'll bring up Casey Blake 0 for 3. But he can smile with his team up 7-0. Dodgers have out-hit the Diamondbacks 11-1. Only one Diamondback base runner.
Yeah, Randy Wolf's been good. Very good.
Is he just having one of those days, or is
you
that
know,
good?
Veteran pitcher. He's got good stuff today. Feeling good. And his team's giving him a 7-run lead. So he's being aggressive. Why try to mess around and hit the corners? He's just being aggressive out there. And he's feeling good because he slugged a 2-run homer.
Hard to believe his record's 6-6 the way he's pitched here today.
On the road, he's been good.
Yeah.
Got a winning record on the road. Sub-3 ERA, as we talked about.
It's 3-0 here on Casey Blake. Wolf, by the way, grew up in the Los Angeles area. There's high ball 4, a 4-pitch walk from Schlereth. 8th year to second. 2 on 2 out now for James Loney. Snyder out to visit with Schlereth. Schlereth's not real big. He's a Hinch visiting with his pitching coach Mel Stottlemyre.
Not nearly as tall as his dad.
No.
He's put together like a football player, though.
Loney today has a hit. He's 1 for 3. He got rained out in Chicago today. Comes in the Pirates. That's one that they may or may not have to make up, I guess.
Depends on how it all shakes out in the end.
Yeah, it's not going to matter to Pittsburgh. That's for sure. Cubs started the day 4.5 behind the Cardinals. Ball 1 here. If you look at this Diamondback ball club as it stacks up on this 16th day of August, there are currently 10 players on this 25-man roster. Schlereth right now can't get the ball over the plate. 2-0 that were not on the team at the start of the season. I'm trying to remember Petit. I believe he started the season with the club, as I remember. But Rusty Ryle, Gerardo Parra, Trent Olson, Alex Romero, Josh Weitzel, Esmerlin Vasquez, Clay Zavada, Leo Rosales, Blaine Boyer, all now with the ball club when the season kicked off. That's how things have changed around. Loney is 3-0 on the count here against Schlereth.
Well, you certainly can't predict injuries. So you talk about Connor Jackson, who'da thunk? Brandon Webb, certainly coming out of spring training, you thought he'd be every 5th day. So those adjustments have had to be made.
Bases are loaded here.
And then, of course, some of the struggles and some of the evaluation, given the fact that The team is not where it wants to be as far as a playoff push goes. So there's got to be some evaluation looking toward the future.
Yeah.
AJ's taking notes every day. So's Josh.
Chris Young, in his 2 ball games so far with Reno, has gone 5 for 10 with 5 runs scored. Eric Burns has just left for Reno. Will play his first game tonight as he starts to rehab that hand. You heard Josh say that Connor is in a unique situation with Valley Fever, and he's probably going to need every bit of those 20 games at least to get ready to come back up here and get some September action.
Yeah, that's hard. It's not like a pulled hammy or a broken bone or something like that where you can put a timetable on it. You just can't. It all depends on Connor and how he feels.
Well, this is Martin with the bases loaded and a strike call. Dodgers already up 7, trying to add to that lead. Martin today has a hit and a run scored. It's Ether at third, Blake at second, Loney at first. And another strike 0-2. Well, follow the D-backs on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com. At Bat 2009 featuring play-by-play and video highlights from Fox Sports Arizona and live audio broadcasts from KTAR Radio. Visit dbacks.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase.
And you can also make sure to follow your D-back announcers on their particular Facebook page.
Martin strikes out swinging, so Smith gets out of it. Thank you, Matty. We really appreciate that. We will go to the bottom of the 7th. It's all Dodgers.
Anything for you, Governor?
It's Kids Day here at the old ballpark, but it's been all Dodgers as they lead the Diamondbacks by a score of 7-0. Rick Schulte along with Matt Williams. Darren and Gracie back with you tomorrow. There's our right now Power Sports pool cam look. Underwater with the bat. That's not good for a bat. Probably not good for a glove. The balls are going to really get bloated, but it's a heck of a look, isn't it? The rooftop solar cam brought to you by APS. Haven't had a ball hit those girders up there today, but we did in the series on one hit in the game last night. We got a couple innings to go yet, so who knows what might happen. Anytime the Diamondbacks score 6 runs or more, Taco Bell's giving away 3 free tacos with the purchase of a large drink between 4 and 6 p.m. the following day at participating locations. Got a ways to go on that one, but if they get 6, going to make it awfully close. And our Quest high-speed pitch, Petit, a starter. He topped out at 89. Wolf says topped out at 91, but the story of his game has been he's set down 17 in a row, and he's struck out 8. The only man to reach for the Diamondbacks is going to be the guy leading off here, Ryan Roberts, was singled out in the left center field in the first inning. If he'd have gotten him out, he'd be working on a perfecto right now.
Perfecto. Governor, that's a good read right there.
We breezed right through. Breezed right through. I've got great direction. Mark Rita, Mitch Riggins, and the crew.
Good read.
The man behind me here, who's never likes his name mentioned.
Oh, that guy. Over
Yeah.
there?
There's a pitch up high to Ryan Roberts, ball one. Two and 0 from Randy Wolf.
Well, if you want to know who that guy is, all you got to do is log on to the governor's Facebook page and ask him. He'll let you know.
They are flying in. I'm going to be busy. There's a foul out of play.
Hey, it's gonna be a long road trip. You're going to have something to do, right?
Yeah. I got a movie to watch on the flight to Atlanta.
Well, it's okay. You can't get on your Facebook on the plane.
That's
anyway.
true.
But they'll be waiting for you when you get there.
Yeah. 9 of 19 batters today for Randy Wolf. 3 pitches or less. This one's been a little longer as the count's gone to 3-1 now on Ryan Roberts.
Well, he's been aggressive. You know, fastballs in the strike zone, getting ahead and using his breaking ball effectively. When you have a 7-run lead, there's no sense messing around.
Next sky to center. Going to be easy for Kemp, I believe. Not easier. Next catch instead. 18 in a row. Sit down by Wolf. And now here's Parr, who is 0 for 2. At one stretch in this game, the final 2 outs of the 4th inning. And then the side in order in the 5th inning, all strikeouts from Wolf. 8 in the game. These two teams will square off for a 4-game series in Los Angeles in a couple of weeks. And that series in LA will be August 31st, September 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. And then the Dodgers come back here the following Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And that Monday, September 7th game is a day game at 12:40. It must be Labor Day.
Labor Day weekend.
Yeah, that's the first Monday in September. So Parra swing and a miss. And another strikeout for Wolf. 9 in the game. Can't be this season. Can't
just having his way, isn't he? High fastball up and away. Yeah, it's all predicated by strike one. You know that. Everybody knows that.
Mark Reynolds has struck out twice in 2 at-bats against the southpaw.
Well, we talked about Wolf and his fastball. A little bit of a crossfire and a little sneaky, too.
Now,
that's a prime example right there.
Did you see the Irishman there?
Who? I didn't see. What did I miss?
Was that the Fighting Irish? Diamondbacks could use a little luck of the Irish.
Yeah, they could. There he is.
That's an interesting attire here for a Sunday at Chase Field.
I love it.
Reynolds pops it up, foul back and out of play. And now marking the hole 1-2. Wolf, by the way, the 9 strikeouts ties the season high.
I don't think he's Irish. He may be.
He's having fun, I guarantee you that.
He's cheering for the Diamondbacks.
I like the pink flamingo cap. Reynolds strikes out. 10 strikeouts, Wolf. 20 in a row he's set down here. Wow. 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 Arizona brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Southwest Airlines, you're ready when you are. Go to southwest.com, grab your bag. It's on. Well, they're having a good time. They got their rally caps on. Diamondback's going to need a big rally in this one. There's a little glove for a little guy. Chihuahua, Mexico.
They're here representing. Great
rally cap.
Great place to watch a ball game.
There's an old Diamondbacks jersey there. Augie Dog. He is in the ball game, by the way. Augie Doggy. As Dodgers bat here against the new Diamondback pitcher Blaine Boyer. Low ball one. Boyer follows Petit, Rosales, and Schlereth to the hill. 35th game of the year for Boyer. They picked him up. Diamondbacks did off waivers from the Cardinals. And he's got Castro and then the pitcher Wolf. And Matt Kemp. There is Augie Ojeda. Foul out of play. I was teasing Augie before the game today. He scored the winning run last night. But if you watched all the action, everybody was rushing out to greet Parr, and Augie was running home just all by himself, crossing the plate, kind of looking over his shoulder.
Nobody give a high five to or nothing.
I think he said Reynolds met him there, and that was about it. But of course, everybody was out to extend. There's a bouncing ball back up the middle into center field, a base hit for Castro to lead off the 8th inning. But here was last night.
By the way,
now watch all the guys go behind him.
Everybody's running past him. Look. Nice to see you, Og.
Reynolds greeted him there, and then of course they jumped to everybody. Well, that was kind of the case on a November day here at the ballpark back in 01 when Jay Bell came in and jumped into your arms.
Yeah.
Scoring the winning run against the Yankees, and then you guys all met around first base between first and second, greeting Luis Gonzalez.
That was a good one.
Let's go to Mark McClone. He's going to talk a little Augie.
Yeah, to kind of tie in with Augie Ojeda crossing the plate last night and having no one to hug. AJ Hinch made mention today of that Augie magic, saying that he's kind of a manager's dream, but he really goes unnoticed by the baseball industry and the public for what he does, but the perfect guy to have on the team. And I was talking to Augie in the clubhouse 2 days ago, and he of course grew up in Los Angeles. I'll finish that story after this play, guys.
Well, Wolf's got his 3rd hit of the ball game, and the Dodgers going to get a run here by Castro as he's going to come to the plate on a double by Wolf. I'm sure he's had great games. I don't know if he's had a better all-around game than what he has done here with the bat and with the baseball today.
Not a bad pitch either. Down and in, hooked that ball down the line, and it was off to the races. 7 shutout, homer, double, 3 ribeye steaks.
If he gets another chance to bat, he gets a triple. He's hit for the cycle. Has a pitcher ever hit for a cycle?
I don't know.
Well, if he gets a chance, they're going to bat around in the inning. This will be top of the order. Matt Kemp. Mark, I'm sorry we interrupted your thoughts there with that dastardly double.
No problem. I'll toss it back up if anything happens here. But the Augie story I thought was the Augie story I thought was pretty interesting because he grew up in Los Angeles. His dad used to take him to Dodger games up to twice a week during the summer, and he was actually there in 1981 when Fernando Valenzuela made his debut and Fernando Mania was born. Didn't get his autograph though until Fernando re-signed with the Angels later in his career. Augie finally got the autograph and said at the time he couldn't really figure him out. He was his idol growing up, but he seemed kind of aloof. But it was only until he started dealing with them with the Mexican national team and really got to know Fernando Valenzuela that Augie said he's one of the most hilarious and most sarcastic guys he's ever met.
Fernando has a sense of humor too.
Talk about a pitcher that could hit.
Yeah.
He used to pinch hit off the bench for Tommy Lasorda.
Boy, he captivated the Los Angeles area, didn't he?
Yeah.
My goodness gracious. And that look when he went into his windup, looking up to the sky in the heavens.
Everybody saw him pitch for the Dodgers. They never got a chance unless you're either traveling down to Mexico or living in Mexico. But Everybody remembers that. During the winter, he'd play first base for his team when he wasn't pitching.
Kemp was swing and a miss. Yeah, he could bring it. A star in Los Angeles. Did you, you were talking, you didn't have a whole lot of success against Fernando?
I got to the big leagues and faced Oral Hershiser my first day and went 1 for 3 with a base hit.
Not bad.
Not bad. First day. Second day wasn't so good.
That was against
Fernando Valenzuela the next day. 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts and didn't foul the ball off.
Ooh. Well, he did that against a few people.
Yeah, I'm sure I'm not alone. But
the Scroogey.
Oh, unbelievable.
Explain for the fans out there. You don't hear that term, the screwball, but explain what it does.
Well, from a left-handed pitcher, it's like a lot of guys throw changeups that kind of fade away from a right-handed hitter, fade to the outside corner. Screwball is completely different because he threw it hard, and it almost acted like a right-handed slider.
Who throws Kemp out one away?
Changeup will fade away from a left-handed pitcher to a right-handed hitter. The screwball is completely different. It's almost like a right-handed slider coming in there.
That's Will Clark at the plate.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah. There were several that did that.
And it was so different than everybody else. Nobody else featured it.
You know, and as much as you talk about Fernando and a lot of people forget he pitched with the Padres.
Yeah, he did.
But all his magic was in Los Angeles. Orioles too.
Yeah, it was. He took that city by storm.
And he's still well remembered. Here's Hudson. Ground ball back to the mound. Boyer's got it. Wolf will go to third. Boyer throws Hudson out for the 2nd out of the inning. And that'll bring up Andre Ethier is looking for a 4th hit.
Right fielder Andre Ethier.
Boyer, if you're curious, is not related to Kenny or Cleet or Cloyd, the Missouri Boyers. Although he did pitch with the Cardinals briefly this year. Spent most of his time with Atlanta. Got a good arm.
He's been a good addition to the bullpen.
He hasn't pitched in the last 4 games. And a chance here. Diamondbacks have used Petit, Rosales, Schlereth, and Boyer. All of the damage up until this inning had come against the starter Petit. Boyer's given up a run. He's got a runner at 3rd, 2 down, facing Ethier. And look at those scoreboard numbers up there. You talk about uneven. 8 runs on 13 Dodger hits. Diamondbacks no runs on 1 hit, 1 base run. And Randy Wolf, who's at 3rd base with 2 more hits than he's given up, has struck out 10 of the game. Ethier is swinging a miss. 1-2 the count.
Good stuff from Boyer. Most of the time, guys that throw hard like he does in the mid-90s, the ball doesn't move much. His sinks hard. It's not a Brandon Webb sinker by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a hard sinker at 95 miles an hour.
And that's high. That one almost got by Snyder. 2-2. Well, this homestand, unless the Diamondbacks can rally here, Diamondbacks are going to go 4-2, which is pretty good. Winning both series.
Well, that's what you talk about.
Yeah,
winning the series.
Unfortunately, early on in the year, they just weren't winning series at all. There's a slicer to left. Long one over for Robertson. Can't hit. Ethier's got an RBI. He's going to stretch it to 2nd, and he is in with a double. And it's 9-0 Dodgers. And Manny Ramirez going to leave here.
Right out of the box, always thinking 2. Good lesson for you young players out there watching. Once you know it's a base hit, always think about taking the extra base. You can always stop. Problem is you can never go to second if you're not thinking about it.
Now Juan Pierre for Manny Ramirez. Manny was 0 for 4 in the ball game, as he's out now. 4 4-hit games now in the career of Andre Ethier. And he has 2 of those 4-hit games against the Diamondbacks. He's got 2 5-hit games, and he's had a 5-hit game against the D-backs. So he likes hitting in his hometown. Andre Ethier.
Oh, he's putting together a great season.
He's driven in 4 here today. 9-0 the score. 2-0 on Pierre. Shot to left side. Roberts back and makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Dodgers get a couple. They get 3 hits in the inning, and they lead it by 9.
It's been rough.
That was by Ryan Roberts in the first inning, second batter of the game. Nobody's reached since that time, as Randy Wolf has set down 20 in a row. In addition, he's chipped in with a 2-run homer, an RBI double, 3 hits, 2 runs scored. It's been the Randy Wolf show here in Arizona. Ball went outside to Rusty Ryle, who was 0 for 2.
Yeah, slim pickings for the Diamondbacks today.
10 Ks. There's a shot to deep right center field by Ryle, and he has got his first big league home run. Shutout gone. 20 in a row gone. Diamondbacks are on the board. Congratulations, Rusty Ryle. That's pretty good pop where you get that ball over the pool area.
Yeah, you gotta drive the ball opposite field that far. Congratulations, kid. Nice swing right here. Head down, stayed on it.
I like what I've seen out of him. I like it a lot. He's handled himself well at second base. Not afraid to take the ball the other way.
He's a solid player. Good kid, works hard. The amount of time he put in this spring in the infield, trying to learn all the positions. It was new for him. Going over to third base, working with Mark Reynolds a lot over there. Early, 8:30 in the morning, coming out for early early work on the infield, early batting practice.
Weitzel a wave and a miss. Excuse me, Olsen a wave and miss. 0-2. Trent is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So the Diamondbacks have a run on the board. And their first man to reach since the first inning against Randy Wolf. The 0-2 to Olsen. High. Well, there's the baseball. I'm sure that'll cost Rusty a bat or a ball or some kind of an autograph.
Who was it that hit their first home run on the road? It was Olsen.
It was Olsen. Yeah, look out. Oh, that's knocked somebody down off the dugout step.
And the story goes something like, we want to give him his first home run ball, and what would you like? They asked the fan. Look out. Watch out, AJ.
Ground ball on the right side, Loney Fields. This is his footing, but flips and out. Barely at first base as Olsen was running hard down the line. Well, Wolf, it's been all Randy today, and what's made him effective?
Well, it's been the fact that he's been throwing strikes early in the count. All of these swings and misses right here or takes are on fastballs, and you think, well, you know, he's just throwing fastballs. That's not the case. He's mixed in his breaking ball early in the count, and those are all late fastballs. That's how he pitches. He's going to be aggressive, throw the ball in the strike zone, especially with the kind of lead he's got. And he's done that.
Ball went outside. Well, Rusty Rao with his first major league home run. And
out there negotiating.
The offer being written up. There's a ground ball foul by Snyder. And it'll be presented to the young man.
That's how you have to do it these days. You have to put it in writing.
Mom or Dad got to get it. Mom or Dad's going to agree to the offer.
Going to read the fine print carefully.
Yep. Somehow, some way, I think Rusty's going to get the baseball.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Ground ball back up the middle, and under Hudson's glove, base hit for Snyder. So the Diamondbacks have more hits in this inning than they had in the previous, 6?
Got to hit it where it came from.
Wee Willie Keeler hit him where they ain't.
That's right. That's good towards right there.
Yeah.
You got to hit it towards the open space, not towards the guy with the glove on his hand.
Here's Weitzel now 0 for 2 in the game. Still got the baseball.
Still negotiating.
He's going to talk to his agent. Now listen. This is what I've been on. There's a little floater. Shallow center. That ball's going to be off the glove of Kemp. Roll into right center field. And for some reason, Weitzel stayed at first base. Snyder goes on to third. I don't know. I wonder if Josh, it looked like Josh could have made it to second, but he held up at first. Great effort by Kemp out there. And
hit off the heel of his glove. Look at that reaction. You go all that way, make that kind of effort, and it trickles out the end of your glove.
Augie Ojeda will be the batter, first time today.
Says something about that young man right there. It's 9-1. You're handling the Diamondbacks like nobody's business today, but you're still all out all the time.
Well, if you can't play the game hard for 9 innings, don't play.
Right? That's right. Unfortunately, we don't see that every day. Doesn't happen all the time.
I mean, it's a game. There's a ground ball getting the hole at short. And the long throw to first, and Ojeda's called out by Mike Winters over there on a bang-bang play. He doesn't buy into it. You can just tell by the way Augie's reacting. They will get a run, the Diamondbacks, second of the game, to make it 9-2 as Snyder scored. Weitzel goes to second base. I'd like to see the replay on that. It's close. Yep, looked like they got him. But a run batted in for Ojeda, but that's out number 2, and now here's Drew. Well, evidently, he's still negotiating with his agent over there on the phone.
I think they have a deal.
A deal has been struck.
They shook hands.
And there's the baseball, all packaged up.
He will send that out to the Brinks truck that will take it to the Diamondbacks clubhouse for safekeeping.
Foul back by Stephen Drew.
So who was it on the road trip? Trent Olchin hit the home run. They asked the fan, what do you want? And the fan said, I want a Mark Reynolds bat.
Yeah. And negotiate a Mark Reynolds bat. How about that?
Whatever it takes, right?
Yep.
No offense, Trent. They'll be asking for yours too pretty soon.
Mark was good about it.
Yeah, anything for your teammate. Get that ball back. That one stays in the family forever.
Drew into left field, and Pierre will not get it. It's a hit. Into the corner, extra bases. Bounces away from Pierre. Drew's going to try for third, and he will beat the throw by Pierre Tipper. It's a 3-run inning. A little closer, 9-3. Triple for Drew, his inning for the year.
We talked about all these intricate bounces that we have around here. That's a prime example right there. Ball gets down the line. Pierre's unable to cut it off, and then it starts bouncing around all over the place.
4 hits in the inning. Wolf's out of here. Joe Torre's going to make a pitching change. So the Diamondbacks have cut the lead down some. It was 9-0 coming in. It's 9-3. Dodgers lead in. We'll take the pitching change break and come back with more here at Chase in a moment. Enjoy the next generation of fantasy football. A pretty good football player, Jersey, Fitzgerald. Pretty good pitcher here today, Randy Wolf, for the Dodgers.
Didn't turn out the way he envisioned it turning out at the end, but it's quite a day.
And he's in line to win it. The new pitcher for the Dodgers, Guillermo Mota. And the batter, Ryan Roberts. 3 in. Drew's at third following an RBI triple. And here we go. High ball one.
Oh, well, might as well make it interesting, huh?
Yeah. The only thing right now is Reynolds is out of the ball game. That cleanup spot, but
might as well.
That doesn't mean you still can't make it interesting, right?
That's right.
2 outside, 2-0. Diamondback fans making a little noise here.
Good crowd on hand again today.
2-0 pitch. Roberts pops it up in the left center. Kemp along with Pierre Cosgrove, who makes the catch and now retire the side. 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 left, and it's 9-3 Dodgers. Kemp running it down and looking and saying, how did that ball miss that overhang out there?
It's a scary deal. You know, you have to, as the outfielder, run to where you think it's going to be. If it changes directions on you, there's not much you can do about it.
This is Mark Loretta. He takes a strike from Blaine Boyer. 9-3 now. Dodgers leading. Loretta, Loney, and Martin here. Swing and a miss, and the bat goes out to a hit at third. 0-2.
Well, the last one of the homestand hasn't turned out the way they wanted it to, but nonetheless a good homestand.
Yeah, well, I think all things considered, 2-1 against the Mets. Looks like it's going to go 2-1 here against the Dodgers. And it's sure better than losing series. And the Diamondbacks were losing a lot of series early on.
You can say that again. A whole lot better than losing.
Uptight to Loretta. Diamondbacks started the year 15-28 at home. They won 2 series, lost 11, and split 1. Since then, they've gone 13-6, winning 3 series, losing 1 and splitting 1. But 2-11-1 at home. There's a fly ball into shallow right on Pinzot. That is retired for the first out.
That's rough. You know, it's hard when you fall into those ruts, trying to claw your way out of it. But you know what gets you out of it? Well, a little bit of an offensive spark, playing good defense, not making the mistakes to give that team that's sitting in the other dugout opportunity. They're going to have to continue that on this upcoming road trip.
And it'll be a tough one. You're playing in Atlanta Ball Club. One game, a makeup game of a rain out on May 18th, but an Atlanta Ball Club, nonetheless, it's only 5 out of the NL East and only 3 out in the wild card chase. So they're obviously playing for something. A Philly ball club, the defending world champs, 4 in front of Florida at the start of the day. The Marlins have already won game 1 of the doubleheader. They were trailing game 2 to the Rockies. And then you go to Houston. They're starting to fall off the pace. They're 9.5 back in the division, 8.5 back in the wild card. Of course, the Giants are right in. They a game behind Colorado at the start of the day today in the wild card race. So the Diamondbacks have to play the role of spoiler. Not what you want to do when you head into a season or you get this late into the season, but you have to play for something.
Yeah, and if it's not for a playoff berth, then you play the spoiler.
If we're not going to get there, we don't want you to get there.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, tough road trip coming up, and just one more time for all you fans, if you want the inside scoop or the behind-the-scenes stuff,
call Matt Williams, Zach. Ground ball down to third. Oeda's got a tough hop. Makes it. That's a nice play by Augie, and you can appreciate the work over there at third base on that play, man.
Yeah, it's difficult going away from the play at a high bounding ball. His momentum's going away from first base. We talked about catching it with one hand sometimes. Sometimes it frees you up. He was able to spin around, line his body up to first base and make the throw. Just so everybody can clarify, it's Schulte, spelled S-C-H-U-L-T-E, Candiotti, C-A-N-D-I-O-T-T-I.
Now I'm going to get the blame for this.
And of course, Mark McClune will be making the trip as well.
Yeah, that's right. He will.
And
M-C-C-L-U-N-E.
And he does have a Facebook. So, you know, the behind the scenes, down by the dugout stuff. Any questions you want to ask of the broadcast crew that
I'm just glad I don't Twitter.
We may not talk about on the broadcast. Feel free to contact them. They'll be there. They'll give you all the details. That's a nice play.
Well, look at that play by Drew to take a hit away from Martin at the end.
Sorry, Punk, I had to.
Yeah. Well, we'll get Matty here in the ninth, bottom of the ninth. Diamondbacks' last chance, trailing by 6.
Nice play, Stephen.
Well, the Wet and Wild best city. The shocker is not who's number 1. The shocker is who's number 2. Houston over Philadelphia.
I don't know.
Houston 17%, Philly 16%. At least they have cheesesteaks in Philadelphia.
Texas is a big state.
Well, that's true. Some competing cities.
Yes.
Hot and humid Houston.
Hot and humid.
And Atlanta obviously didn't get in there. Who do you think he voted for? The Cowboy?
I don't think it was Philly.
Yeah, no doubt about that. So San Francisco, the place to go, I guess. The Diamondbacks will go there last on the 4-city tour. He's got his glove. He's ready for a foul ball. It's been Kids Day here, and although the score not what they wanted, the kids have had some fun. They're still up. Philly has jumped ahead of Houston. It's still going.
By the way,
it's
late
overtaken. It's the Philly cheesesteak that's getting the job done.
Geno Steaks right there.
Parr will lead it off, and then we'll have a pinch hitter, Romero. And then Rusty Ryle here against Guillermo Mota. This chance for the D-backs. They only had one base runner, one hit through 7 innings against Randy Wolf, but they got 3 runs and 4 hits in the 8th inning to make this one a little closer.
Well, it's good that you don't give up. You know, it's one of those days. The opposing pitcher is doing everything.
Parr's had a rough day, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's just, you know what, he's going through one of those stretches where, for whatever reason, you know, it could be tired, could be anything. Seems like his swing's getting a little bit long, trying to do a little bit too much. Last night, the last time up, he just put his normal swing on. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him. He just hit a fly ball to center field. Now it seems like he's maybe trying to do a little bit too much, maybe getting a little bit too pull conscious. And it happens. Happens to everybody.
$34,000 here today. 42,000 in the game last night. 31,000 Friday. So a good series here against the Dodgers. And a floater in the left center. Over goes to Mexican window. Randy Wolf's going to go to 7-6. Petit will fall to 2-7. Now the Diamondbacks will head to Atlanta with a record of 54-64. That's barring a comeback here, and they're down 6 with 2 outs to go. 1 in Atlanta, 3 in Philly, 3 in Houston. Off day a week from tomorrow in San Francisco, and then a 3-game set, 3 night games in San Fran with the Giants, and then back here for 3, and then right back out. 4 to LA and 3 to Colorado. Foul out of play by Alex Romero, pinch hitting.
And the Diamondbacks will be road warriors with a little over a month to go. It's a good test, though. You're going to test your club. How do you play on the road? How do you play when you're 10 games under and starting a large road trip? Got to find that motivation. Play for something.
Pulled to the right side to Hudson. He gobbles it up. Not 2 down. And the last chance to keep it going is Rusty Ryle, who in his at bat in the 8th inning snapped a streak of 20 in a row, set down by Randy Wolf with this blast. His first big league homer.
They hit that ball a long way. Up into the picnic pavilion up there above the pool.
He has started his major league career going 6 for 11, 4 doubles, a home run, so 5 extra base hits among his 6 hits. Also a walk thrown in. He takes a strike from Mota. Dodgers again, and we mentioned the Diamondbacks travels. Dodgers go home. They've got a series with the Cardinals and Cubs coming up, and then on to Colorado. So they're going to be tested over the next plus week.
Well, they get the target. You know, they're the club to chase now. So anybody that smells that getting close, they're going to start, if they can, align their rotation to beat them. If there's any off days that fall, the opposing managers will be looking at that closely and be motivated and ready to play against them, that's for sure.
Diamondbacks down to a final strike here, and that's a ball. 2-2. They won 13 today in Baltimore, Manny. And the Angels got 9 in the 13th in Baltimore, 17-8. How about that for a big extras? Here it's 9-3 Dodgers. It's been Randy Wolf day at the ballpark, pitching and hitting. And Mota trying to close it out here. 2-2 on Ryle. 2 outs. Swing and a miss. This one's over. And the Dodgers have got a victory, 9-3 over the Diamondbacks of Manny. It started in the first inning with the E3 home run and really kind of continued from there.
Yeah, it's one of those days. Happens. But you know what? The Diamondbacks did a nice job with Dan Herron in the first.